So, in January of this year at the Golden Globes, Meryl Streep slammed our new president for his mockery of a disabled reporter. Yeah, I'm glad that we disabled are now on Hollywood's radar, but something tells me that Ms. Streep's mention of a cripple merely was virtue signaling tokenism. I can't seem to remember when Ms. Streep expressed concern that the real unemployment rate among us cripples is something like north of 70%. Nor can I remember her using her dazzling acting skills to express thunderous outrage that, to this day, federal law singles us cripples out as the only group that can be paid less, far less in fact, than minimum wage. Cripples are human beings. We we like to think that we are worth more than a rhetorical point made by some schickimicky Hollywood bleeding heart against a Republican meanie. We would like to have jobs that pay more than charity wages. In fact, we would not mind hobnobbing with the shiggy Mickeys at the Golden Globes ourselves, you know? But we don't get that chance because, well, when is the last time you saw a cripple in a film or television show? Kirk Douglas in It Runs in the Family? That's all I can think of. We're noticeably absent from films, television, and the theater. And even films about cripples don't have cripples in them. Daniel Day-Lewis starred in My Left Foot, even though he does not, as I do, have cerebral palsy. Al Pacino is not blind, but he played a blind guy in Ascent of a Woman. These roles were for cripples, but were stolen by ableist assholes. I'm tired of this shit. If transgender people can cry bloody murder over the theft of their roles by cis people, and they do, then fuck it. I can howl, and I will howl, about able bodied pricks trying to depict us cripples on screen. I've always wanted to be an actor myself, but my dream has heretofore been thwarted because acting is an ableist club. Cripples need not apply. I've always wanted to do Shakespeare on stage, but even the role of Richard III, arguably literature's most famous cripple, goes to ableist cripple haters like Al Pacino, Ian McKellen, and Benedict Cumberbatch. What the fuck do they know about wanting love's majesty? Al Pacino, especially, has never, ever, ever been in want of love's majesty his entire adult life. Fuck him. I, as a cripple, have experienced precisely the resentment Richard expresses in the opening Winter of Our Discontent speech. I don't need no stinking method of emotional recall to do this speech. I live it every fucking goddamn day of my life. Because to be a cripple is to be marginalized. Here, let me show you. I'll do this speech right now, and if I don't get cast in some major production of Richard III, that will just prove beyond all doubt and quibble that cripple hatred goes far beyond Trump's mockery of a disabled reporter. Suck it, Meryl Streep. Now is the winter of our discontent, and glorious summer by the sun of York, and all the clouds that lowered upon our house in the deep bosom of the ocean buried. Now are our brows bound with victorious wreaths, our stern alarms changed to merry meetings, our dreadful marches to delightful measures. Grim-visaged war hath smoothed his wrinkled front, and now instead of mounting barbed steeds to fright the souls of fearful adversaries, he capers nimbly in a lady's chamber to the lascivious pleasing of a lute. But I, that am not shaped for sportive tricks, nor made to court an amorous looking-glass, I that am rudely stamped, and want love's majesty to court before wanton ambling nymph, I that am curtailed of this fair proportion, cheated of feature by dissembling nature, deformed, unfinished, sent before my time into this breathing world scarce half made up, and that so lamely and unfashionable the dogs bark at me as I halt by them. Why, I, in this weak piping time of peace, have no delight to pass away the time, unless to see my shadow in the sun and descant on mine own deformity. Therefore, since I cannot prove a lover to entertain these farewell-spoken days, I am determined to prove a villain and hate the idle pleasure of these